Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm going to be giving you part 4 of What If Naruto Found Tobirama's secret base. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends in social media platform, and also guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Had the 6-Eye Sharingan over on Anime King 3. Yes guys, I indeed have 4 channels if you're new: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Prince, which I post what if on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and smash that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support. So without further ado, wasting more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode? Begin now guys. So the last spot we left off, Naruto, Hinata, and Shikamaru team up together as they came up with a plan, Shikamaru finalizing the plan. So with that they attack Asuma. Asuma was quite intrigued by their way of attacking. However, the person that interested him the most was Naruto. Naruto was able to clash with him using near the tuning speed. As Asuma was surprised, not only was Naruto reflex on point, his taijutsu skills was extremely adequate and fast, as there was destructive blows behind his punches, and not to mention swiftness and preparedness. In the end, Asuma called it as he told them that they all pass. They all had a smile on their faces as they all participated in the test. From Shikamaru's shadow or Hinata Jayugen, they all came along nicely. He told Naruto to remain behind for a while. Upon making Naruto remain behind, he spoke to him, telling him that the others had family. Well, it came out kind of wrong first, but he explained himself. He will be focusing more on Naruto because the others will be training with their family as well, as Naruto thanked him for that. So with that, Naruto made his way, as he decided to work on some genjutsu that Tobirama had left for him. So with that out of the way, Asuma went towards Hiruzen as he spoke to him. Hiruzen was suspicious as he believed that Naruto has been getting extra training from someone who would try to corrupt his mind, and that was none other than Danzo Shamura. That is why he had Asuma keep a close eye on him. Months passed as Team 10 did various missions all over. As they participate in various things, they were showing their team adequate, not to mention Hinata was good friends with both Naruto and Shikamaru, so the team was coming along great. Shikamaru also came home and spoke to his parents regarding Naruto, as Shikaku told him that perhaps Naruto did the same thing that he did, just showing what was needed for the exam and not really going above it. But Shikamaru wondered if Naruto really did something like that, hiding his skills the entire time. That would explain why he just grew strength so much, so quickly already. That would explain a whole lot. So with that, the team continued to do missions together as Asuma sat them all down as he asked them about another era that he wanted to learn as well other than their normal style. Shikamaru figured that he can try his hands in genjutsu, as Asuma thought that it would work greatly with his shadow position jutsu. Hinata wanted a bow. With her eyes and her reflex, it would be wonderful for her, as Naruto wanted to start it on elemental ninjutsu. Asuma told him about the chakra paper and affinity, as he saw that Naruto did not know what it was. Well, Naruto did, but he was plain dumb, as Asuma then realized that maybe the kid just did what he said and him and his father was thinking too much into it. So he reported this back to Hiruzen. Hiruzen felt a bit ashamed of himself. When Naruto was not going along well, he told him that he should focus more on his studies and get better. And now that the kid he was questioning his judgment, as Hiruzen felt a bit upset with himself about that. However, he dropped the investigation on Naruto and allowed him to grow on his own, as he told Asuma to help him as best as he could. Naruto had an affinity for both water and wind, Asuma was one of the greatest wing users within Konoha, so it would work out extremely well. As Asuma and Kakashi was also planning something, to have their students test each other in a taijutsu spar. As Kakashi was talking about Sasuke, the prodigy of the team, but Kakashi also took note to Naruto as well, as he's proven to be something quite mysterious and someone to keep an eye on. So with that, Team 10 went to the office to get a C rank. However, Team 7 was there as well, as Hiruzen came up with an idea. He would put it to a joint mission, yes. Both Team 10 and Team 7 would go on this C rank mission. Kiba was against that, saying that he could do it by himself, but he was quieted by the Hokage. As a client came in, he started to talk crap about them as Naruto showed him that they were more than ready by cutting the jug in his hand with a kunai and knocking it away. As Kazuna was shocked after that. However, now the two teams are going to be embarking on their C rank mission for the first time. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across the play, check it out for yourself, and don't forget to go ahead and check out the other what ifs on other channels. Yes, I need a 4 of them guys, Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Prince, which I post what if on every single day for guys to enjoy. So go ahead and smash that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and yeah, without further ado or wasting any more time, what do you say we jump right into this brand new episode begin now guys. After the two teams had left the office to embark on the joint mission, they found it strange that they were being brought to a secluded training ground. Okay, Asuma spoke up first. I'm betting you guys are wondering why Kakashi and I decided to go in on a joint mission. Tomorrow, all of you will be embarking on a C rank mission. Not only that, you will also be performing a mission with someone that you know next to nothing about. In time, you all will participate in missions with other shinobis. So, it is imperative that you learn how to work with others, aside from your genuine team. Now we shall use today in order for each team to get to know each other. With that said, we shall start with individual spars, and then move on to team drills. Asuma ignore Shikamaru complaint, and Kiba narcissistic boost of confidence. We shall start with the individual spars. Hinata will be first against Sakura, then Shikamaru will go up against Kiba, and lastly, Naruto against Sasuke. Kakashi and I will monitor the fights, so nothing too extreme because we have an important mission tomorrow. As Hinata and Sakura moved towards the center of the clearing, the rest gave them space, as Sasuke was glancing towards Naruto the entire time. Okay, Hinata, Sakura, are you both ready? Asuma asked. The both of them nodded as Asuma started the fight. As soon as the fight initiated, Sakura took the offensive. She remembered how timid and shy Hinata was at the academy, as she was gonna show Sasuke how great she was. However, while Hinata never enjoyed going on the offensive in fights, it did not belittle her skills in taijutsu, not even in the slightest. As Sakura tried to sidestep her to attack her from the left. However, with a great finesse and style, Hinata simply weaved out of the way and weaved around Sakura, as she took the opening at Sakura unprotected right side. A heavy palm laced with chakra as Sakura flinched in pain, not knowing that Hinata just closed her tenketsu. Sakura tried to stand and give more of a fight, but she just could not control her chakra and used the 3 academy ninjutsu that she knew. Another frail attempt of taijutsu failed as Hinata hit her in her stomach this time, ending the spar. Are you okay, Sakura? Hinata asked, as she opened her tenketsu and got her up. Wow, you're really strong, Hinata, as Hinata blushed at the praise. As Naruto was disappointed. He thought that Sakura would at least grow under the tutelage of her sensei, but nothing seemed to have changed at all. Alright, it's my turn. Prepare to lose, Shikamaru, said Kiba. As the both of them stood face to face with each other, Kiba looked smug, while Shikamaru looked bored as he grabbed a kunai. However, the others noticed Naruto and the Jonins, but they said nothing. Alright, begin! It was announced by Asuma as Kiba smirked. Alright, time to end this in one blow, he said. That was until he found himself unable to move. Not even Akamaru could move, considering that Little Puppy was also caught in the same technique as well. The Inuyasha remained baffled as he snarled at the Nara. What did you do to me, bastard? Kiba asked. Shikamaru only sighed in dismay. He did not feel like explaining. Why don't you look down and tell me what happened? Kiba did as instructed as he saw his shadow was connected to Shikamaru's. As the both of them started to walk because Shikamaru walked towards him, as he held out the kunai in his arm, while Kiba had nothing in his. Kiba snarled at losing, but he conceded, as he could not do anything, as Kakashi had to explain to Kiba. The Nara clan specialized in manipulating their shadow. It has many uses, one of them involved binding the opponent by capturing them in your shadow. Kiba listened to his sensei speak as both Naruto and Sasuke got into position against each other. The rest already gave some room as they backed up. In Sakura and Kiba mind, no doubt Naruto is gonna lose. He may have shown improvement in school, but he graduated in the middle of the class, while Sasuke was the top student. Meanwhile, Shikamaru and Hinata doubted that Naruto showed his best at the academy. He only showed enough to graduate. It was not to say that Naruto was stronger than Sasuke, because they frankly did not know, but they could not base his skills on what he showed a month ago. Kakashi and Asuma stood side by side as they conversed with one another as they watched a match. The first two fights were for the team to know each other, but this one was a bet between the two joining to show who was the strongest genin of this year. Sasuke looked at his opponent as he remembered how fast he moved at the Hokage's office. It's been a month since he saw Naruto fight, and he was completely different back then. Sasuke blood pumping his veins as he felt excitement over the upcoming battle. If he improved this much, then Sasuke might have found a worthy opponent to go against. Kiba was okay in the taijutsu department, but the Inuzaka just could not offer Sasuke more than a few minutes of a fair fight. As Naruto looked at Sasuke as he remembered what the second Hokage said about the Uchiha clan. Even if Tobirama focused more on the Sharingan, he did share some intel about the way they think and behave in battle. Their taijutsu style focused in anticipating the opponent movements. Even without the Sharingan, the Uchihas trained their body to adapt to the enemy. That being said, it would always appear to seem like Uchiha is faster than he actually is. Aside from that though, Naruto saw this as an amazing opportunity to gain more experience. Asuma announced the beginning of the fight, as Naruto went on the offensive immediately as he hurled a set of shurikens. Sasuke reacted immediately as well, as he evaded all the projectiles. He charged right towards Naruto using chakra to increase his speed. He was within Naruto's guard in less than 2 seconds, as he aimed a brutal punch right towards Naruto's face. Naruto for his turn quickly turned and redirected Sasuke's punch with his arm. He followed up with a side kick, but Sasuke was able to move as he kept his momentum up. Using the blonde own move, Sasuke grabbed a couple of shurikens and launched them right towards Naruto. From such close proximity, the shurikens were unavoidable as they pierced his arms and stomach. However, poof! As Sasuke saw the log that he pierced instead. As Naruto came from behind him, but he was not alone. By his side, 5 clones mirror his every move. Sasuke quickly threw shuriken at them as he dispelled the clones. However, since they were too close, Sasuke could not avoid a direct punch in the stomach by the real Naruto. The sound of the impact made everyone wince as Sasuke lost his breath for a short period. He had to move quickly though because Naruto was not done. Jumping back a few times, he catch his breath. He had never taken a hit that strong, and the way Naruto moved was a lot more coordinated than back at the academy. Getting a new resolve, the Uchiha charged the both of them, clashed in taijutsu, neither of them getting the upper hand. Their movements were fast, faster than genin level easily. The spectators, which being the genins, were surprised, as Kiba was speechless. He could barely follow those movements. Sakura simply gave up on trying to follow their movements. Indeed, Naruto is quite skilled as you said, Asuma. The bearded jonin smiled as he lighted up a cigarette. So is Sasuke, but Naruto normally move faster. Remember, he has complete mastery of his chakra, but at the moment he's not using it to fight Sasuke. Kakashi glanced back towards the fight as Asuma was right. Back to the fight, Sasuke found Naruto's speed increasing by the second, as well as his strength as well. To compensate, Sasuke pushed more chakra into his limbs, but he could barely feel himself overcoming Naruto. He was actually starting to slow down. One aspect of the Uchiha rules of combat is observation. Sasuke had to be observant to capture the minuscule details in a battle. That is why he was left completely confused as he saw Naruto's face. As Naruto's face was just so unbothered, like nothing in the world could bother him at the moment. Nothing else outside, only thing that he focused on was the battle. As Sasuke watched him move, as his mind was just focused on one thing, and that was beating him. Sasuke brought his arm up as he was unable to dodge Naruto's kick. The power behind the strike was too much for his arm to handle, as he staggered back as Naruto moved and appeared beside him, pulling out his blade and resting it beside Sasuke's kidney. Even if this was just a spar, this was just like that fateful day when Sasuke felt like he was gonna die. Surely had Naruto been an enemy, he would be dead. It was a clean victory as Asuma announced. Naruto had already displayed such tenacity while fighting him, so Asuma was not surprised. The others, however, felt so out of place. Kiba could not even say a single word. "Congratulations, Sasuke. It seems like you were able to weaken it," said Naruto. Both Kakashi and Sasuke were surprised at what Naruto just said. As Naruto tilted his blade so Sasuke could see his eyes, the reflection, and he saw the Sharingan. With a single Tomo in each eye, one fight with this guy and Sasuke already activated Sharingan. Granted that Sasuke had yet to use any ninjutsu, but from what he was able to witness, Naruto didn't seem like he would be fazed by techniques that Sasuke knew. Right now his Uchiha blood was pumping like crazy, and his heart was beating faster than ever. He vowed to kill his brother, and Naruto will be the one to aid him in reaching Itachi's level. Time skip. After Naruto was dismissed by Asuma, he went straight home, as he read more about the scroll about wind manipulation. Firstly, Naruto assumed that the material would not help him enough, since he already performed the exercises needed for wind ninjutsu. After all, he had already sliced the leaf, and the waterfall as well. However, he later realized that Asuma Sensei did know his stuff about the craft. The scroll contained a more practical use towards wind ninjutsu, detailing what the shinobi must envision in his mind to further increase his or her potential. The thought of picturing two blades grinding against each other until both ends were as thin as possible was brilliant. Immediately grabbing his sword, Naruto focused his wind chakra through the metal as it started to hum with translucent blue energy. As soon as he added in Asuma tips though, he could see the wind increasing and the noise increasing as well. He would simply keep on with it until he was comfortable with the feel. As he closed his eyes, Naruto meditated on the feel of his chakra right now. It was imperative told to him by Tobirama Sensei that he used the exact amount of chakra for his technique. Of course, the theory of chakra was hammered into his brain, but the second Hokage told him that the thought of him running out of chakra was quite slim. Still, he carried on with the skill as he pictured wind razor sharp blades passing through his points. Once he found the necessary amount, Naruto stopped the flow of chakra as he placed the blade back in its sheath. The scroll also indicated a rather exciting exercise. So far, Naruto only knows techniques that accelerated objects to the opponent and another one that sent a blast of wind towards the opponent. But he knew from the second Hokage scroll that wind also had slicing and cutting characteristics. Asuma's scroll explained how to use this specifically. To slice objects using only your chakra, like the leaf cutting exercise, but much more precise. Yes, he had a lot to work on. Time skip. The barbecue place. Inside the barbecue place, the three Jonins were having a nice dinner together, discussing a few things. It was a bet that Asuma made with Kakashi. If Naruto won against Sasuke, then Kakashi would buy Asuma dinner. Kurenai went along for the ride though, much to Kakashi's dismay. It was the first time that Kakashi, the famous Sharingan no Kakashi, had lost a bet, and she wouldn't miss this for the world. As such, after placing her orders and a safe bottle for the table, they went on to explain the match between Naruto and Sasuke, using nothing but Tai, Kinjutsu, and the regular 3 jutsu taught at the academy. Okay, Asuma, now it's your turn to explain to me, what exactly did you taught Naruto? Asuma was feeling rather smug as he looked at Kakashi. Despite not being a part of the wager, Kurenai also enjoyed the look from Kakashi. Here's the thing, all I ever did with him was a light sparring between team practices. Kakashi's only visible eye looked bored, but Asuma knew enough that the man was skeptical. Despite not showing any extraordinary skill, I could see that he was using chakra in his moves throughout the fight, and not fighting like a genin. Hell, I've seen Chunins with less level of control than him. Asuma nodded and grabbed a meat off the grill as Kurenai joined in the conversation. Her team had 2 genin that had adequate chakra control. Ino and Shino were drilled in the art by their families, but Choji still requires some advanced tutoring in that aspect. A genin with high level chakra control is indeed impressive. Nowadays, people only tend to focus on extravagant techniques. It's nice to see someone thinking outside the norm. But I did not see this information inside his file. Indeed, because of his high chakra capacity, Naruto needed to focus more on chakra control, though he had already nailed both of the exercises before he even graduated. Both Kunai and Kakashi whistle at that. Okay, then considering his chakra capacity and his high chakra control, he may be a ninjutsu powerhouse then. Kunai frowned at Kakashi input as she filled her plate with some grilled vegetables. Men, always leading straight towards ninjutsu and completely forgetting about everything else. I would say someone with high level chakra control can be an all-around shinobi. Certainly his education could consider other ventures. Asuma smiled at the argument. Of course, none of them knew that Naruto had a better sensei who was better than all three of them combined, and Naruto already had things left for him to learn, to go above and beyond their expectations. As Asuma told them about Naruto's true natures. As Kakashi wondered maybe Sasuke might not be a suitable rival for him after all. As Asuma had a smug look at hearing that. As Asuma, whenever he sparred with Naruto, he was always using Chunin level skills, just to show how impressive Naruto already was. It was only a matter of time before he continued to rise and grew through the ranks, becoming something splendid. The next day, when Naruto awoke in the next day, he realized he had some time to train before presenting himself at the gates. As he went in for a few last minute things, nothing too strenuous to tire himself out, even though he was hard to tire. But there's a few things that he wanted to look over regarding last night. As Naruto got out, he saw two green blurs jumping from rooftop to rooftop. He had never met those two in person, but he could feel their enthusiasm almost each day, as both of them were always grinning and smiling as they work out. As Naruto went to the cave, as he closed his eyes and went through every single exercise of the water manipulation, he also tried to focus on his wind manipulation as well. Time skip. The gate. Upon arriving towards the location, Naruto saw Sasuke was already there. "Hi there, Sasuke," said Naruto. The Uchiha had his hands in his pockets as he turned to see Naruto approach. The blonde genin found it rather humorous that Sasuke was looking at him with his Sharingan activated. Naruto, a short but formal greeting as Sasuke turned to look around, trying to adapt to his new tool. As Naruto could not sense anyone approaching as he went and sat down. As he watched Sasuke, "So, how is it?" Naruto asked. Sasuke turned towards him. "How does the Sharingan work exactly?" Sasuke simply smirked at the question. "Why? You scared I'll beat you the next time we fight?" As Naruto snorted at his comment. Tobirama sensei did commented about the Uchiha drive to constantly get into problems. While Naruto was looking forward to testing himself against Sharingan, so it was fair game. "Oh, I know about bits and pieces. You'd be surprised what the books at library said about a few clans within Konoha. I was more interested in knowing how it feels to have such a tool." Sasuke deactivated his eyes. "It still consumed too much chakra to use for such a long time period. I'm still adapting to it. As I look around, I can perceive movement before the person start moving. Also, there are traces of chakra saturated in the air." As Naruto hummed in recognition, Sasuke found himself feeling strange at getting recognition from Naruto. To this day, Sasuke never bothered to acknowledge anyone in the village, not even the Jonins. He had a target in mind and nothing will deter that target, as he was gonna do one thing, and that was kill his brother. "Amazing indeed," said Naruto. "Does it hurt?" Stranger though, finding about Naruto's skills makes Sasuke wanted to compete with him. Somehow the knowledge of being focused on by a rival made his mind want to focus on something other than Itachi. "Only when I use it for a long period of time," Sasuke said. "I see. Well, I'll have to admit, I'm quite interested to see your improvement," said Naruto, as he got up and dusted off his clothing as Sasuke saw the others approaching. He observed as Naruto greeted Shikamaru and Hinata. Sasuke observed how calm Naruto was in his posture as he talked with his teammates. He could see great confidence coming from Naruto and it intrigued him greatly. "Good morning, Sasuke-kun." "Oh, hey there, Sasuke." As Sasuke was greeted by both Kiba and Sakura, the two Jonins followed last, as he was accompanied by Tazuna, who was once again holding a jug of sake. Kakashi was nominated as the team leader, as he quickly explained the drill towards the land of wave, considering Kiba's effective nose and Hinata Byakugan. The Inuzaka would take point with Sasuke. Shikamaru and Sakura would be close to the client in the middle, and Hinata would be in the rear, along with Naruto, acting as her backup, as the Jonins will simply observe them as they perform the protection mission. Considering that it was a C-rank assignment, neither believed that the group would be attacked. The most they would find is thugs and low-life criminals. So the group clear at the gates, and with that they depart. Along the way, Naruto did not really pay much attention towards the conversation between Sakura and the client. The girl was actually asking about the existence of Ninja Village in the Wave Country. It was baffling, the lack of focus, but Naruto simply could not allow himself to these feelings. The rest of the members were more or less focused at their assignments. Kiba and Sasuke was up front, scouting up ahead, with Kiba's nose. Shikamaru looked aloof, but Naruto knew that he had nothing to worry about. His eyes may show boredom, but Naruto knew that he was looking around for oppositions and opponents. Hinata was activating her Byakugan every now and then, and reporting her findings, or lack thereof. As they progressed further, Naruto felt the humid climate. As he extended sensory through the air he found, his range had increased. After a while of walking, the team passed through a puddle of water on the ground. Neither of the Genins appeared to notice, but the Jonins glanced toward each other before they nodded. All 6 Genin turned when they heard something behind them as they saw chains with spikes on it wrapped around the 2 Jonins and ripped them apart. As 2 shinobis with cloaks with the same chain that shredded the Jonin stood there. Huh, easy. 2 down already. Their metallic voice sent a shiver down most of Genin's spines. Shikamaru was the first as he extended shadow forward. Tazuna was terrified to his bone, and Sakura was not, fearing better herself, having seen the 2 Jonins being shredded like that. The demon brothers saw the shadow coming as he evaded it, but Sasuke took the opportunity and charged with his Sharingan. As Sasuke sliced the chain in half, Kiba and Akamaru quickly turned to the one on the right. As Kiba tried to overpower him with taijutsu, but the guy was overpowering Kiba as Akamaru jumped from his head and started to attack, causing Kiba to jump back in the fray. As Sasuke rushed towards him as well. Hinata, let's go, said Naruto. We'll take the one on the left. Hinata nodded with her Byakugan activated as she followed behind Naruto as Naruto drew his blade. Shikamaru saw both Sakura and the client shaking in fear as he stood there to protect them. Sasuke did quick work with his foe, using his taijutsu and his kunai to prevent the claw from reaching him or Kiba. As Naruto and Hinata coordinated well in facing the other one, with Naruto Kenjutsu and Hinata Jayugen, the demon brother was confused. The first target that they killed was the Jonins. So these were the Genins that was actually pushing them back. The moment of second guessing caused Naruto to slash him across the stomach as Hinata proceeded to jump and shut off several of his points, including those in his legs. No sooner after the last demon brother was dealt with, Kakashi and Asuma appeared back on the field. Kakashi had his hands in his pockets, looking bored, as Asuma applauded his team for their efficiency. As Sakura was confused, all of that happened in less than a minute. Relax, Sakura, they used substitution the moment the chain was pulled. You don't remember seeing blood after they were attacked, did you? Said Shikamaru, as Kakashi smiled before he turned towards Demon Brothers. The one that Naruto and Hinata went up against was bleeding rather badly from the stomach. The one that Sasuke and Kiba went up against had several bruises all over him as he was on the ground as well. Pretty soon this one would bleed to death, but Asuma would not mourn his death. No, he was looking at both Hinata and Naruto and saw that they performed flawlessly. Naruto, Hinata, congratulations on handling him. As the 2 Genins turned to see their senseis, Hinata blushed slightly at the praise. She was just following Naruto's orders and double teaming with him. However, now that the adrenaline left her system, she realized that she just went up against a Chunin level ninja and actually came out on top. Yes, Hinata was great, sensei. What did I tell you? Your father does not know squat, said Naruto. Asuma chuckled at Naruto lifting her spirits up. Hinata has come a long way since joining them. Thank you, Naruto-kun, she said. Despite no longer seeing the same Naruto from before, Hinata still felt safe around him, and he always lifted her spirits. As Kakashi went over towards his team, Kiba had jumped in the fray without thinking and he got poisoned. A bit of heads up, Kakashi said. It will hurt a bit. As Kiba tried to show some bravado. I can take some pain, sensei. Go ahead, and Kiba screamed. Why didn't you warn me, he said. As Kakashi had used his kunai to release the accumulated blood with poison so it would not spread towards the rest of his body. As he asked Sakura to close his wound and wrap it up, while he would check on the enemy bodies. The bearded Jonin had Hinata close the rest of their points and strap them to the trees. You're good here, Asuma. Yes, both of them are unconscious right now, but you can go ahead and question Tazuna about it. The old man was silent throughout all of that, trying to slow his own fast-beating heart. When the two of the Jonins looked at him, why do you want to question me? He asked. We did what we did because we want to see who they were after. It would not be any of the Genins because they were fresh out of the academy. Then it became clear that they were after you. You must thank Hokage-sama for adding another team to this mission, or else I felt the consequences would be rather more severe than just one of the kids getting poisoned. Tazuna flinched as Kakashi was just looking at him. You deliberately withheld information by asking for a C-rank assignment for protection. Said action allowed me ground to just abandon you right here. The rest of the Genin stood by as they heard Kakashi grill the client. While that was going on, Naruto was replaying the fight in his head. This was actually his first real fight outside of training. Of course, Tobirama Sensei would always fight him using extreme killer intent, but it was not the same. This time he faced an enemy in battle and felt the rush of battle at first hand. He was focused in his movements though, but the Chunin that he battled did not even have Sasuke level of agility. Also, Naruto targeted the exact points that Tobirama Sensei told him to go for that would instantly take out his opponent out of the battle. He did not hesitate even for a second when he swung his blade, which counted as a huge win in his book. As he remembered what Tobirama Sensei said, Naruto, no matter how much you train, no matter how much strong you become, at the end of the day a simple kunai can still kill you. Never drop your guard on a mission. Never underestimate the opponent, no matter what. The word of his sensei still echoed in his brain, now more than ever. Naruto was snapped out of his musing that he heard. Tazuna apologized as he told the truth about his country, about everything. He also tried to guilt them as well, talking about his granddaughter and his grandson as well. How Gato was after him because of his bridge. As the two Jonin stood there, taking in all the information. So Gato of the shipping magnate is after you. Yes, he had my son-in-law killed. The first person who decided to oppose his plans. He will certainly have me killed for sure. As he heard, Kakashi sighed as he glanced upwards. Excuse us for a second, will ya? Said Kakashi, as both him and Asuma walked off. The Genin in the meantime were tending to Kiba's wounds. Sakura did a fine job patching his hand, as Hinata had inspected the wound, as she was looking for any poison remains, while the others were simply waiting to know if they would return or go on with their mission with the Jonins. So, what do you think, Asuma? Kakashi asks. Man, he sure has placed us in a tough spot with that whole guilt trip of his. Kakashi nodded with a sigh. Certainly news about Konoha abandoning a client in the middle of a mission would not bode well for Konoha. But the Jonins were responsible for the Genins under them. As such, they had many reasons to simply walk away and let the Hokage deal with the consequence. That was even more truthful here because in this mission they had 4 heirs of clan, and 2 of them were from the most prestigious, the Uchiha and the Hyuga. Neither of the Jonin would be blamed for taking a safe route and heading back to the village. However, neither of them felt alright to abandon the old man right now. For sure, if we proceed, this mission will at least be A rank. Gato would not settle for a couple of Chonins to kill Tazuna. Obviously, there is at least a Jonin waiting. One Jonin would be wishful thinking. Gato has deep pockets. I don't think that he would save money on something like this, as Kakashi was focused on the whole situation. Okay, if they have more than one Jonin, we will have to deal with them. And if they have more Chunin as well, then Sasuke and Naruto will have to assume a secondary lead-in role in this mission. What's your intake with Naruto? What exactly do you wish to know, Kakashi? Asuma asks. Assuming that we're occupied with the Jonin, Naruto will have to face a more lead-in role to the other Genins if we're facing other Chunin as well. Sasuke is strong as well, but I can feel that Naruto is a more experienced of the bunch. Asuma finishes smoke as he kicked it away. With a smile at Kakashi, quick thinking, Naruto could have dealt with his foe by himself without much trouble, but he inspired Hinata to help with teamwork and to increase her overall confidence. He's ready if it comes to that, though Sasuke could certainly help with that as well. So, we shall proceed then. Sure. just sent a message back to the Hokage, informing him of the change of mission parameters. As Kakashi proceeded to summon one of his dogs. Time skip. Tazuna watched with a trembling hands as the Jonins came back. Kakashi was certainly taking his sweet time with the answer. Despite already agreeing to go ahead, he was going to make the man sweat for it. Konoha may be benevolent, but he didn't want other clients believing that he could just walk in the village and fool them. If Tazuna decided to do the same thing again, he could very well get a comrade killed. Tazuna, we shall proceed for now, and we just communicate with the Hokage about the mission changes. For sure Konoha would demand a compensation for an A-rank mission afterwards. The old man turned from fearing for his life to feeling upbeat about the whole situation rather quickly. Oh, for sure. Thank you very much, I'm sure. Once the bridge is complete and trade resume in my country, I can come up with the agreement with the Hokage as compensation. Kakashi nodded as Asuma instructed the Genins. Okay everyone, listen up. From here on out, this is an A-rank mission. These two were Chunin level shinobi, so we should expect to face Jonin shinobi up next. Kakashi and I will handle them, but Naruto and Sasuke, you two, shall be our next line of defense. As Sasuke and Naruto glanced toward each other before, the both of them nodded. Kiba and Hinata will be our scouts ahead. Shikamaru and Sakura will be close to Tazuna for his protection, as the 6 Genins comply. So with that, they continue to move. The area was so saturated with water Naruto could perform almost any water ninjutsu here without a single problem. As they walk, as they could see fog in the air, as Naruto could feel the water particles, there was so much humidity in the area. They had to take a boat, as the man was somehow navigating through the heavy water. Neither of the shinobi could rely on their eyes at the moment. The place was filled with fog. It was a good thing that the man knew everything about this area, and he led them well. Given that the demon brothers were missing in from Kiri, whoever was next would be at a huge advantage because of the saturated area. As they came across where Tazuna creation was, and it was magnificent. The thing was massive, as the Genins there were surprised. The boat then came to a dock as they were brought towards the shore. As they walked, something was happening as both Kakashi and Asuma were feeling a feeling of dread. They tried to seem calm, but as Naruto watched the Jonins, he could also feel it as well. This was not normal. The mist was also messing with Kiba and Akamaru's sense of smell as well, and also Hinata's eyes. Soon the group stopped as Akamaru jumped off Kiba's head and bolted towards a nearby bush. As everyone snapped their head towards it, "Kiba, control your mutt," Sakura said. Kiba snarled at her before they went to see where Akamaru went to. Arriving, they saw Akamaru snarling at a white fur rabbit who seemed to be terrified for his life. Kiba picked the thing up and showed him as Sakura scolded him as well, as even Tazuna scolded him as well, as he was trying to control his heartbeat and the dog almost gave him a heart attack. Both Asuma and Kakashi shared a look as they saw the white fur of the rabbit, which was not normal in this situation, as Naruto felt a spike in both of their chakra. "Everyone get down!" Kakashi yelled at all of them, as they all dropped down to the ground. A gigantic blade weaved over their heads and slammed into the tree, as a man arrived standing on top of it. The man-killer intent could already be felt. While not compared to Tobirama sensei, or his chakra either at that level, he was close to the Jonins. That alone made Naruto cautious. Those Chonins from before were nothing compared to this guy. He was dangerous. Kakashi, Asuma said, his tone completely serious. Well. If it isn't a rogue missing in from Kiri, Zabuza Mamakai, said Kakashi, as he fully picked himself up, looking at the threat in front of him. The man named Zabuza simply looked at the both of them, as he saw Kakashi's hand went up. I assumed that you're Sharingan no Kakashi, and Asuma Saratobi. Well, no wonder why the demon brothers fail, if it were you too. Sasuke was shocked when he heard the nickname of his sensei, as he looked towards him. Sorry, but I'm gonna need you to hand over that old man. If you do, then I promise not to kill any of your precious little Genins. If you don't comply, well, their life will be forfeited. Asuma and Kakashi stood in front of the Genins. Facing a member of the 7 Ninja Swordsmen was not what they expected in the slightest. Everyone, form a perimeter around the client. None of you shall fight in this. It's above your league. The Genins were alerted by Asuma orders as Kakashi focused on Zabuza. Well, I'm honored to be meeting the famous Sharingan so soon. The mist started to envelop the clearing even more. As Zabuza brought his hand up, ninja art, hidden mist jutsu. As he jumped into the mist, it became impossible to even see their own hands. As the place was saturated with its chakra, there are 8 spots, his voice echoed through, sending chills down the Genin's spine. 8 spots to strike. The larynx, the spine, the lungs, the liver, the jugular, and the subclavian veins, and the kidney, and ultimately, the heart. Now which vulnerable spot would be the best? The way the man spoke each of these places that he listed out, Tazuna felt like he was being stabbed at those areas, as he felt chills run up and down his spine. A furious amount of killer intent swallowed each and every one of them. Sasuke and Naruto were better off as Sasuke had his Sharingan activated. Still, his one Tomo Sharingan was more useless than Hinata Byakugan. The most that he could count on right now was slightly better reflex, but that was only if he could see the enemy, which he could not. Asuma tried clearing the mist. The old Sarutobi nodded as he blurred through hand signs and released a gigantic gust all around them. Kakashi did the same with his chakra as he spiked it to review and push back Zabuza's killer intent. The end result is that the mist cleared for a while, but the ocean was right there, as the mist once again retake the area. As the 3 Jonins were now releasing killer intent, causing the area to be worse off. Immediately Sasuke felt it as he started to remember the bad events with his brother. The pressure in the ear was unbearable as Uchiha started to gag, as he had trouble breathing, as he ended up grabbing his own kunai. He did not even register that he had it, as he was going to take the easy way out until Sasuke, use your chakra and ease your mind. Naruto? The killer intent. They're spiking their chakra up to match Zabuza's. Flare up your chakra to regulate your breathing. It may have been a tip for Sasuke, but the rest of the Genins quickly did the same as well. As Kakashi and Asuma smiled at the kid for the positive instruction towards the others. Well said, kid, but it's time for you all to die. All of them were alerted as he heard a voice right beside them. As Naruto was shocked that the man was already in their circle. However, Kakashi blurred as he arrived in front of them and slammed a kunai right into Zabuza's stomach. However, instead of blood, water came out of the wound, as another Zabuza appeared behind Kakashi and slashed him in half. However, Kakashi burst into pieces of water, as Naruto was shocked to the speed that Kakashi had used the water clone as well. This is it. This was a fight between 2 Jonins, as Kakashi positioned his kunai behind Zabuza, but this Zabuza was also a water clone as well, shocking Kakashi. Asuma appeared though as he stopped Zabuza's blade before it could reach Kakashi. The swordsman of the mist growled at the intrusion as he pushed back the trench knife user. However, he felt blood running down his face as he looked up towards Asuma, who simply smirked. So, you're using wing chakra on those weapons of yours? Asuma, Sarutobi. How unoriginal, said Zabuza. As the both of them clashed violently, the unresulting swing and slash and clash continued for a while until Zabuza used the flat side of his blade and slammed it right into Asuma's kneecap, causing him to kneel in pain. As Zabuza brought his blade down, but Kakashi appeared and blocked with his kunai. The vein popping on Zabuza's forehead showed how frustrated he was. You two are starting to get on my nerves, he said. He used brute force to force Kakashi back, and this time he brought his blade down on Asuma with no one to stop him. Asuma saw the weapon coming as weapon was too big for him to completely evade as he got hit in the thigh, causing him to cry out. Zabuza had to evade a quick assault as he saw shurikens rushing towards him, but not from Kakashi. When he looked, he saw the blonde kid with a short hand motion as he snarled as Kakashi quickly engaged him. Once Zabuza's guard was broken, he quickly used the clone jutsu switch. The real Zabuza appeared behind Kakashi as he tried to cut him in two, but he had to quickly jump away as a trench knife almost split his skull. Still, he did not stop as he slammed his blade down as he used the handle as a springboard as he kicked Kakashi right onto the river. Kakashi was a bit disoriented as he sank below the water instead of completely just skidding on it with chakra control. Asuma tried to get up, but the wound on his leg was too deep as it hindered him from moving too much. Zabuza rushed towards Kakashi as Kakashi pulled himself out of the water, but a second later, water style, water prison technique. Kakashi was captured in a dome of water. Looking behind him, he saw a smirking Zabuza. Damn it, he should have climbed on top of the water immediately. He messed up. The mission had gravely went against them. First it was 2 Jonin against Zabuza, but now Kakashi was captured and Asuma was in severe pain from the wound on his thigh. I guess I have to deal with you later, Kakashi. I have an old man to kill to finish my mission, and perhaps even Sarutobi Asuma. His bounty would serve plenty. The silver-haired Jonin looked at Zabuza with dread, as he did not expect this level of skill from him in the slightest. Asuma already knew that he was his next target. It was times like this that he cursed at not knowing medical ninjutsu to at least stop the bleeding from his leg. As Zabuza quickly summoned 2 water clones, no doubt to deal with the Genins and the client as well. He needed to formulate a plan to deal with the clones, and also to focus on Zabuza and also free Kakashi. Listen up everyone, Hinata, Sakura. The girls looked towards the bearded Jonin and wondered what they could do. If the Jonins were being defeated, how could they possibly do anything in this situation? I need you 2 to patch me up quickly. This wound of mine needs closing, he said. Hinata was the first to move off as Sakura followed through. Hinata had first aid training from her family. Shikamaru, Kiba, you 2 shall protect Azuna. Shikamaru visibly complained, but this time, his complaint was filled with dread than actual boredom, as you see the sweat on his forehead to indicate that he was afraid. In this situation, as Naruto and Sasuke immediately stepped forward knowing that they would be the next line of defense, seeing that the 2 Jonins were down for the count at the moment. The 2 Zabuza clones looked toward the child coming towards them, as one of them snarled. How pathetic, Sarutobi Asuma, placing a bunch of Genins to face me. Konoha surely became weak indeed. As the clones stepped forward, Naruto and Sasuke both tense, and that already make Zabuza laugh. Wearing that headband make you kids believe that you can be shinobis. A real shinobi is one who has been between life and death multiple times. In other words, only those who are worth being listed in my bingo book is deserving of the title shinobi. The clones then lifted the mist as they moved forward. Let's go, Sasuke, said Naruto. Sharingan activated, Sasuke was able to pinpoint his own, as Naruto sensed his work in his favor. As Naruto debated that with this mist he could allow himself some freedom, and he did just that, using Asuma tips about Winjutsu and the training that he already got from Tobirama Sensei. Naruto unleashed his blade, as he also pushed chakra through his limbs. Naruto literally dent the ground as he moved, shocking the water clone. His sword slammed against the water clones. The clone was shocked, as he started to focus more on the kid, as they fell into a Kinjutsu battle, short and long range mix, as Naruto was able to slash the clone into the arm, shocking the clone and Asuma. As Naruto proceeded to jump back, pulling out shurikens as he launched them, as he blurred through hand signs. Asuma was shocked by that. Wind style, Gale Palm technique, as the shuriken stabbed right into the Zabuza clone, turning it into water. As for Sasuke, he was able to evade all of the strikes, his Sharingan working overtime as he moved. Sasuke's speed was impressive, still it wasn't enough to be a threat to the clone. Asuma realized that he needed to aid Sasuke as he used his wind manipulations with his shurikens to aid Sasuke. The clone was forced to jump away as it snarled at Asuma, but Sasuke was already finished, blurring through Hansen as he opened his mouth. Fire style, Fireball Jutsu. The clone was enveloped. The other 4 Genins were shocked, as they looked at Naruto and Sasuke dealing with the clone so fast, that it made them all think about their own individual skills. Hinata was able to alleviate the pain from Asuma's wound, as he was able to get to his feet with Sakura's help. The fireball did not stop though, as he kept on charging, going towards the real Zabuza, who was holding Kakashi at bay. The amount of heat was able to evaporate some of the mist, as both men looked towards the fireball coming towards them. Zabuza saw no other alternative as he leaped away, as Kakashi was freed. The moment he was free, slam! Zabuza had to block a kunai with his blade, as he snarled angrily. Damn kids. However, he saw the look in Kakashi's eyes. Just a look alone made Zabuza shiver, as the both of them leap away from each other, as both Naruto and Sasuke stood there watching. Both shinobi start to blur through hand signs, as Naruto knows these hand signs is for a technique that he started to read about recently in Tobirama, water section of ninjutsu, a B rank ninjutsu. Water style. Water dragon missile technique. The two techniques cancel each other as both of them move and clashed against each other. Once again they went through hand sign. You damn monkey. You're just copying. You're a pale imitation. You won't beat me, Zabuza, curse. Flashing through hand sign again, but to Zabuza's shock, Kakashi was somehow able to finish it before him. Water style. Water vortex technique. The violent torrent slammed right into the man. Several of his ribs shatter on contact, as the water pressure was immense. Kakashi was not finished as he threw 4 kunais and pinned him to a tree, as he moved forward to end his life once and for all until something struck him in the neck. It was needles. Saint bonds to be exact, as Naruto snapped his gaze towards the newcomer. Naruto was shocked that this individual was able to sneak upon them like that, and no one was the wiser. Kakashi went over and checked Zabuza's pulse. Well, he's definitely dead, he said, as he then realized who the newcomer was, as he saw his uniform. He was a hunter from Kiri, as he bowed respectfully. I have to thank you. I've been waiting for the chance to kill Zabuza, the hunter named said. By your mask, I presume that you're a hunter from Kiri, said Kakashi. As the hunter nodded, if you don't mind, I shall take his body now. I must get rid of it. It contains many secrets. Asuma and Kakashi nodded as the Kiri ninja lifted the body and sunshine away from there. With Zabuza gone, the atmosphere lessened considerably, as the Genins all took a breather, as Tazuna was able to calm his heart rate, feeling much calmer then, knowing that he was going to die at any moment, as Asuma was still being held by Sakura while Kiba and Shikamaru made their way over to them. Okay then, the mission is not over yet. We still have to get to Tazuna's house. Tazuna released a hearty laugh. Yes, thank you all for saving me, he said. You can all rest at my house. Kakashi took a few steps forward before his body froze up. He then proceeded to collapse on the ground as they snapped their head towards him. It appeared to be the case of chakra exhaustion, said Asuma after checking over him. Naruto and Kiba, would you two be so kind to carry him? Sasuke, Hinata, you two shall walk up ahead in front in case, or attack once more. As the Genins did as instructed, as Tazuna led them all to his home. But guys, be in subscribe right here. If you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. And don't forget to go ahead and check out the other channels. Yes, that's right guys, I indeed have 4 channels which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So don't forget to turn on the bell notification and see exactly when I post, because I do post a lot guys. So sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy. So without further ado, I'm off and I'll see you guys soon. Peace guys.